Welcome to online classes. I'm Shilpa, lecturer in DCME. As we are discussing books through C++. In previous lecture, we discussed hierarchical inheritance and hybrid inheritance. How we can implement programs in hybrid inheritance. And also, we discussed about hierarchical inheritance. And in today's lecture, we are going to discuss multipath inheritance. What is actually this multipath inheritance, and try to understand the concept of virtual base class, and we are going to implement program using virtual base class. So before going to today's lecture, first if you observe this diagram, so obviously this is an example for hybrid inheritance. Hybrid inheritance is the one which is a combination of any two different inheritances types. I repeat, hybrid inheritance is the one which is implemented or which is created by combining more than one different types of inheritances. So, if you observe this particular diagram, we can say that this is an example for hybrid inheritance. If you observe first three classes, that is grandparent and parent 1, parent 2, that is here parent 1 and parent 2 are derived from grandparent. That is, this is an example for hierarchical inheritance. And if you observe these three classes, parent 1, parent 2 and child, this is an example for multiple inheritance. That is, here child class is derived from parent 1 and parent 2. So this is an example for multiple inheritance. So if this is the case, now when this parent 1 is inherited from grandparent, then this parent 1 will get all the properties of grandparent. I repeat, when this parent 1 is derived from grandparent, then parent 1 will get a copy of all the members of grandparent. That means here it may have copy of grandparent. Copy of grandparent. Copy of grandparent means copy of the members of the grandparent. And here also this parent 2 is deriving from grandparent. That means again here it will get a copy of members of the base class are here grandparent. It will get a copy of grandparent. Right? Now this is the child or inherited class which is inherited from this parent 1 and parent 2. Then what it will get? This child will get a copy of parent 1 and copy of parent 2, right? So it will get a copy of parent 1 as well as copy of parent 2. That means here, as this child class is getting copies of these two classes, then obviously here it will get a copy of grandparent from parent 1 as well as copy of grandparent from parent 2. So when this type of inheritance was implemented, then this child class will get multiple copies of grandparent or two copies of grandparent in child. So, when we are trying to make use of the members of grandparent in child, then the compiler will get an ambiguity because here we are having multiple copies of grandparent. I repeat, when the compiler tries to call the members of the grandparent, here the compiler will get an ambiguity as it is having more than two copies of grandparent in child. Clear? So this is the disadvantage of this particular type of hybrid inheritance. So here this type of inheritance is also called as multipath inheritance. Is also called as multipath inheritance. That is, here this child will get that is, there are multiple paths from grandparent to child. This is having multiple paths from grandparent to child. That is, from one path is from grandparent to child via parent 1, and another path is from grandparent to child via parent 2, and there is even one direct path from grandparent. Okay, if we implement like that, but this is indirectly here, this is the path. Okay, so normally here we are having two paths from source to destination, that is grandparent to child. One is via parent 1 and one is via parent 2. That's why this type of inheritance is called as multipath, as there are more than one path from grandparent to child. We can say this is multipath inheritance. Now, we discuss this multipath inheritance. The form of inheritance which derives a new class by multiple inheritance of base classes which are derived earlier from the same base class is known as multipath inheritance. The form of inheritance which derives a new class by multiple inheritance of base classes. So this is multiple inheritance of base classes which are derived earlier from the same base class. Okay, so this type, because here this parent one, that is this child, is derived from the multiple base classes. These multiple base classes are derived from a single base class. So this type of inheritance is called as multipath inheritance. Multipath inheritance involves more than one form of inheritance, namely multiple, multi-level and hierarchical. Okay, so this multipath inheritance involves more than one form of inheritance, multiple, multi-level and hierarchical. So if you observe these three, this is a multi-level inheritance. This is hierarchical inheritance and this is multiple inheritance. So this is a combination. Are having more than one form of inheritances, namely these multiple, multi-level and hierarchical inheritance. So this is called as multipath inheritance. Here the child class is derived from the base classes parent 1 and parent 2. That is multiple inheritance. And parent 1 and parent 2 themselves have a common base class, that is grandparent. So that is this is hierarchical inheritance. And the child inherits the properties of the grandparent class via two separate paths. Okay, one is via parent 1 and another one is via parent 2. Right? Now, the classes parent 1 and parent 2 are referred to as direct base classes. Here, if you observe this parent 1 and parent 2, can be treated as direct base classes for child. These are the direct base classes for the child. And the grandparent class is referred to as indirect base class for the child. So here the child class is indirect base class for grandparent class is indirect base class for the child, and parent 1 and parent 2 are direct base classes. Multipath inheritance can cause some problems during compilation. So as I discussed, I explained previously, so at the time of compiling, this multipath inheritance can exhibit some problems or possess some problems like ambiguity at the time of calling the members of grandparent, whether it has to call the copy of the that is the members of the grandparent via path 1 or path 2. Here path 1 means via parent 1 and path 2 means via parent 2. So multipath inheritance can cause some problems during compilation. And here, all the public and protected members of grandparent are inherited into child twice. First via parent 1 and again via parent 2. And this means the child would have duplicate sets of members inherited from grandparent. So obviously the child will have duplicate sets of members. Those are inherited from grandparent. And this multipath inheritance introduces ambiguity during compilation and should be avoided. So, as it is posing some problems that should be avoided at the time of compilation. Okay. So, in order to avoid this ambiguity, that is the problems which we face in the implementation of particularly this multipath inheritance, we are having one concept, that is virtual base class. Using this virtual base class, we can avoid the problems with multipath inheritance. So C++ supports another important concept called virtual base classes to handle ambiguity caused due to multipath inheritance. So C++ is having one concept, that is virtual base classes. So what is the use of this virtual base classes? They simply avoid the ambiguity caused due to multipath inheritance, and it is achieved by making the common base class as virtual base class by declaring the direct classes. That is, in order to avoid the ambiguity at the time of compiling the multipath inheritance program. Okay, so here we need to make the base class as virtual base class. We need to make the base class, that is common base class, as virtual base class. In this case, our grandparent. We need to make the grandparent as virtual base class. Okay, by declaring the direct classes. When a class is made a virtual base class, then C++ takes necessary care to see that only one copy of that class is inherited. So when we are using or when we are making the common base class as virtual base class, then the C++ takes necessary care. That is, this compiler will take necessary care to see that only one copy of that class to be inherited. Though here we are inheriting, while we are inheriting or deriving child from parent 1 and parent 2. Okay, if we make this grandparent as virtual when we are deriving this parent 1 and parent 2, then the compiler will take care, that is only one copy of that base class to be inherited to the child class. So when how we can make a base class as virtual? In order to make that is it is achieved by making the common base class as virtual base class while declaring the direct classes. So when we are declaring the parent 1 and parent 2, we need to make the base class as virtual. The syntax for declaration of a virtual base class is class A its member functions. Okay, so in our example we are taking this as grandparent, and class B1, that is parent 1, which is derived from grandparent, but when we are declaring this derived class at parent 1, we need to make the base class as virtual. Normally, if you observe the syntax of that is deriving a class from another class or creating a new class from the existing class, then the syntax is the keyword class, derived class name, colon, visibility mode, and base class name. But we didn't see the keyword virtual. Okay, but here in order to make the common base class as virtual in multipath inheritance, we need to use the keyword virtual at the time of declaring the or deriving the classes. Okay, in this case parent 1 and parent 2. So the syntax is keyword class parent 1 or derived class 1 colon the keyword virtual and followed by the visibility mode and base class name. Like that, even here we are deriving parent 2. We are deriving parent 2 from grandparent only. So in this case, A is the grandparent. Okay. So here, in order to derive parent 2, class B2 public virtual A. Okay. So this is class A, that is grandparent class. And when we are deriving B1, then we need to make the base class as virtual by using the keyword virtual, and even for in order to derive B2, that is parent 2, we need to make that as virtual. So if you observe these two, here virtual public and here public virtual. So there is no restriction like virtual should be before visibility mode or virtual should be after visibility mode. Okay, we can use these two interchangeably. Okay, there is no constraint like or sequence of using these two keywords, virtual and public. You can use either of. Here we are using virtual public and here we are using public virtual. Okay, and so when we are deriving this class C, as usual, because here we are deriving this class C or the child using multiple inheritance. Okay, so parent 1 comma parent 2 using the visibility or declaring the visibility mode. So this is not changed. Class C public B1 comma public B2. Only then what happens, as we are used this base class as virtual base class, the compiler, that is when we are deriving this C from these two classes, because these two classes are derived from a common base class and we made that common base class as virtual. So the compiler, when it is executing, it will take care that only one copy of the common base class, in this case A, to be copied into the child class C. Okay, so that will be care will be taken by the compiler at the time of compilation. So we will not have any problem uh, when we are implementing this multipath inheritance. So now we will see one example. So there is one class student. Okay, and from student we are deriving the class test, and we are deriving another class sports, and this result is the class which is derived from test and sports. That means here if you are not make this student as virtual at the time of deriving this test and scores, then we will get multiple copies of student in result. But here we are discussing about virtual base class only. So we need to make this base class as virtual at the time of declaring test and scores. Okay. So now we will try to implement a program for this particular uh, that is the diagram. That is, first we are having one base class student, and we are deriving one class test from student and another class from uh, student, that is another class scores from student, and we are deriving a class result from test and scores. Okay, so for that now we will see one example program. So now this is the class student, okay, which is having one data member, that is roll number, okay, and two member functions, get number, that is get roll number, and display number. Get number is used to assign value for roll number, and display is simply used to display the roll number. So if you observe here, we are using parameterized member functions. We are passing value, and that value will be assigned to roll number. Okay. Now get number, that is int a. Now we are assigning this a to roll number, and like that for display simply cout roll number is roll number. And now we are deriving class test from students. So when we are deriving this test, we need to make the base class, that is student, as virtual using the virtual keyword. So class, the derived class name is test, and we need to make the base class as virtual. So that's why we need to use the keyword virtual and the visibility mode followed by the base class name. Right now it is having two variables, that is p1 and p2, and two member functions, get marks and display marks. And get marks member function is used to assign values for p1 and p2, and display marks simply displays p1 and p2. And now we are deriving another class, that is sports, from again the common base class, that is student. So at the time of declaring or deriving this class sports, we need to make the base class as virtual using the keyword virtual. Okay, and even it is having one data member, that is score, and two member functions, one is get score, used to assign this value to score, and display score displays the score. And here we are deriving the class result from these two classes, test and sports, which are derived from the common base class student. Okay, so here it is having one data member, that is total. What this total do? Simply it adds the members of test as well as the members of sports. So the members of test are P1, P2. The sports is score. So it adds these three values and it returns that value. Okay, and it is having one another member function, that is display. What it do? Simply displays all the details of the student. That is display number, display marks, display score, and even total. Okay. And now we need to write the main function. So here void main, and we need to create an object for the that is direct child class. Here the child class is result, so we are creating object for that, and using that object we are that is calling the member functions of all the classes, that is get number, get marks, get score, and even we are calling the display member function of this result class. Okay, so here this is an example for multipath inheritance. Okay, Now we will try to execute this program. First, normally we use the keyword virtual, okay, and after executing that we will simply delete the keyword virtual at the time of declaring the uh, derived classes, and then we will check whether it is giving errors or not, okay. Otherwise, first we will try to write without virtual, and after, by including this virtual, let the program be executed. We can do any of this. Romeo, and first base class, that is class student, and it is having one data member, that is roll number, and in public having member functions void get member into a, and void display, and implement or define these member functions out of the class. So void student, the class to which belongs is student, and the member functions get number int a, and assign this variable to roll number. Roll number equal to a, and void student, and the member function is display even number we will use because we are going to use somewhere else. Display number, so C of roll number is roll number. Now derive a class test from this student, okay. So here, as we are going to implement more than one class, we are trying to make the base class, that is student, as virtual in this case. So test at the time of deriving this, use the keyword virtual and the visibility mode, that may be any of those three, that is the protected, public or private. Student, protected, float values p1 comma p2, and public member functions void get marks, float x comma float y, and assign these values to p1 and p2. So p1 equals to x, p2 equals to y. And now declare one more member function, that is display marks, display marks, and simply display them. See out marks obtained are print p1 P1 and P2. P1 and P2. And then now close this and close the ordered class test. Now derive class scores which is derived from the same common base class, that is student. So we need to make that as virtual. So in previous we have made written virtual first and then public. Now we are using public and virtual student. Protected float score, public void get score, get score, and again same pass some value and assign that to that score variable. Here also score equal to s. Okay, and then display void display score. Display score. See out score is that variable score. Okay, and this is end of the member function and end of the class. Now we are going to derive a class result from these two classes. These two classes. So public, the name of the first class is here test and second one is scores. So public test comma, we need to use again the access specify public scores, otherwise it takes that as private. Okay, and it is having one variable float total, and in public it is having one member function simply int. This is the return type int total. This is the member function name, and what we do, it simply returns P1 addition of P1 P2 and score. So here the result is a direct or immediate derived class of these two classes, test and scores. That's why here, as the members of test and scores are protected, here this result will can directly call the members of these two classes. That's why here it is directly calling P1, P2 and score and score. It is returning by adding these three members. And now in display, try to call all the functions to display. Okay, so in display, simply first call display member, that is the member function of student class, display number, and display marks. This is the member function of test marks, and display score. This is member function of scores class. And see out now total equals to call the member function total. That's it. Okay, and end of this function and end of the class Okay, that's it. Now, by creating object for the last class, that is here result, called all the member functions. Okay, so in main, the last class is result, the direct class is result. So create object for that result of r dot. What are the functions it is having? R dot, that is we need to pass values for all these number, marks and score. So R dot get number and pass the value 525. Okay, and R dot get marks, pass two variables 45 comma 25 or 35. Okay, and R dot get score, get score, some score like float value, right? So 6.0, and then call the member function display in order to display all these things. Display. Okay, and let's see h return 0, return 0. Now save the file. Virtual base, virtual base class, virtual base. Save it, compile the program, no errors, run the program. Serial number is 525, marks obtained are 4535, score is 6, total is 86. 45 plus 35, 80, 80 plus 6, 86. Okay, so here this is an example for virtual base class. Now let me modify this program. That is, what happens if I didn't make the base class as virtual. So here I want to delete the keyword virtual at the time of declaring intermediate classes, that is as we discussed parent 1 and parent 2. So now save the changes and check. See, two errors, ambiguous student display number, student display number. Okay, likewise get number, because here it is showing clearly that two member functions, get number and display numbers. That is, the result class is having two function definitions for the same function, that is display number and get number. Two times it is having definitions. Okay, because here it got one copy from parent 1 and another copy from parent 2. Okay, that's why here at the time of calling this get number, it will get an ambiguity, because here it is having multiple copies of the member functions of common base class. Okay, so in order to avoid that type of problems, here we need to make that base class as virtual at the time of declaring these classes. Okay, now again save it, now compile for to see whether it is having any errors or virtual specified more than once. Okay, public virtual, save it, compile, no errors. So definitely it will get our program will get executed. Again, roll number 525, 45, 35, 6 and 86. So this is the use of virtual uh, base class. This is the use of virtual base class. In today's lecture, we discussed first we discussed about one type of hybrid inheritance, that is uh, combination of hierarchical and multiple inheritance. Combination of hierarchical and multiple inheritance. And if this is the case, then we will get multiple copies of grandparent to child. So, if that is the case, then when we are calling the member functions of grandparent in child, that is using object of the child, we will get an ambiguous errors. So, as we previously we observed, we will get ambiguous errors because here this particular child class is having more than one uh, time the copies of these member functions, grandparent member functions. It is having two times uh, the copies of member functions of grandparent in child. So when we are calling the member functions of grandparent, the compiler will get ambiguity and it will simply throws some errors. So in order to avoid that, we need to make the grandparent as virtual base class at the time of deriving this parent 1 and parent 2 classes. And this type of inheritance is called as multipath inheritance. Multipath inheritance is a special case of hybrid inheritance. It is a special case of hybrid inheritance. So, if this is the case, as this child is getting more than one copy of grandparent through different number of paths, uh, that may be a problem at the time of compilation. So, in order to avoid that problem, we need to make the base class as virtual at the time of declaring the derived classes. That is, in this case, parent 1 and parent 2. So for that, here we have seen this example, that is we are going to declare one class student which is common to this test and sports. So at the time of declaring this test and sports, we need to make this base class student as virtual and derive result from this test and sports like previous type of inheritances. So here when we are deriving this test, this is the definition of student, and when we are deriving this test, we made this student as that is base class as virtual and its own definitions, and even for sports we are making this student as virtual, and this result is normally implemented from these two classes. And here in main we call all the members of all these classes. Okay, so only thing you need to remember is when you are deriving these classes from the common base class, you need to make this base class as virtual at the time of declaring these two classes. That's it. That can avoid the ambiguity at the compile time in multipath inheritance. Thank you.